Once upon a time, in the great kingdom of Umudike, there lived a beautiful princess named Olumma. She was the pride of her people, the only daughter of King Okonkwo and Queen Neka. The gods had blessed her with beauty and wisdom, and suitors came from far and wide to ask for her hand in marriage. But Olumma had a secret, one that would soon bring doom to the entire kingdom. One fateful evening, Olumma met a young warrior named Umudike, who had recently returned from battle. He was strong and fearless, and the princess fell deeply in love with him. They would meet in secret under the sacred Udala tree, away from the eyes of the palace guards. But one night, their love led to something forbidden. Olumma became pregnant. In Umudike, it was an abomination for a princess to bear a child outside of marriage. The gods would not forgive such an act, and the elders of the land feared that it would bring misfortune. When the queen discovered Olumma's secret, she wailed in sorrow, knowing that the punishment for such a sin was death. The king, filled with rage and shame, summoned the high priest, Dibia Ojego. The priest consulted the oracle, and the gods demanded a sacrifice. She must be taken to the evil forest, he declared. Only then can the kingdom be cleansed of this curse. Tears rolled down Olumma's cheeks as she was dragged out of the palace. The people gathered to watch as the warriors took her to the evil forest, a place where the spirits of the dead roamed freely. Umudike, her lover, fought to save her, but he was overpowered and thrown into the dungeon. As Olumma disappeared into the dark forest, her cries echoed through the night. No one who entered the evil forest ever returned alive. But Olumma's spirit did not rest. 3 nights after her death, strange things began to happen in Umudike. The river turned red like blood, the sky became dark even at noon, and the wailing of a woman was heard in the palace. The people whispered in fear. Princess Olumma had returned. At midnight, the palace guards saw a shadow moving through the royal compound. The queen screamed when she saw her daughter's ghost standing at the foot of her bed, her eyes hollow, her belly swollen as if she were still carrying the unborn child. The king called for Dibia Ojego, but the priest could do nothing. "She seeks revenge," he said in a trembling voice. "Until justice is done, her spirit will haunt this land." The next night, the king himself fell ill. His body burned like fire, and his eyes turned as red as the cursed river. One by one, the elders who had ordered Olumma's death began to die mysteriously. Some were found strangled in their sleep, while others vanished without a trace. Fear gripped the people, and they begged the gods for mercy. Desperate to end the horror, the remaining elders released Umudike from the dungeon. He was taken to the evil forest with a white goat, a calabash of palm wine, and a kola nut as offerings to appease Olumma's spirit. As he walked deeper into the forest, he heard her voice whispering through the trees. "Umudike, why did you not save me?" Tears streamed down his face as he fell to his knees. "Forgive me, my love. I was powerless, but I have come to make things right." He poured the palm wine on the ground and broke the kola nut. The air grew cold, and the shadows of restless spirits circled around him. Then, from the darkness, Olumma appeared. Her once beautiful face was now twisted with sorrow and anger. "The child was innocent," she said in a voice that sent chills down his spine. "Yet they killed me. They must pay," Umudike pleaded with her. "Let go of your anger, Olumma. The people of Umudike are suffering. Please find peace." For a moment, the forest was silent. Then Olumma sighed and stepped back. "If justice is served, I will leave this land in peace," she said. "Take my remains and bury them in the royal tomb, where I belong. Let the king confess his sins before the people. Only then will the curse be lifted." Umudike carried her remains back to the kingdom, and the people gathered in sorrow. The king, weak and dying, confessed his wrongs before all. With his last breath, he begged for his daughter's forgiveness. The moment Olumma's bones were laid in the royal tomb, the skies cleared, the river returned to its natural color, and the wailing stopped. Peace returned to Umudike, but the people never forgot the curse of Princess Olumma. To this day, her story is told as a warning. Never let injustice go unpunished, for the spirits of the wronged will always return to seek justice.
Don't forget to subscribe.